Here's the motherfucking tea. Here's the motherfucking tea. Here's the motherfucking tea. Here's the motherfucking tea. Here's the motherfucking
Here's the motherfucking.
What's good, everyone? Now, first things first, it was going to be a different video today, but this right here really got my attention. I had never heard of the most annoying female on this planet. Bruh, you know what? I'm just going to let some videos play out and y'all be the judge.
Here's the motherfucking tea. Part 2. So a couple years ago, I was friends with this girl for about 5 or 6 years, and of course we're not friends anymore. But she liked this guy who did not like her back, who actually ended up liking me. And me and this guy, we had never met before, so he had only seen pictures of me. We would video chat, things like that, but we still hadn't met before. And not to hate anybody who doesn't wear makeup or does wear makeup, I don't really care. But my friend would always be a natural face look, like she's still pretty. I don't really care. Anyway, since I had never met this kid before, my friend was always like, hey, I think you two should meet at like a water park or down by the river. And I'm like, okay, why? And she's like, well, I think it would be a lot of fun. And I look at her and I go, okay, but why? Well, because I don't really think you should be wearing makeup when you guys first meet. I think you should know what you really look like. And I'm like, bitch, I don't wear makeup to impress anybody else but myself. I'm sorry you think I look better than you, honey, but no. Here's the motherfucking tea. So I dated this guy, and by dated, I mean we were together, but we weren't. Anyway, so I did date this guy, and it was just me, him, and just a group of friends, and we would all hang out. It was really chill. It was fun. It was always a fun time. Anyway, so we dated for about a month or so, and I did decide to call quits because there was stuff that happened, but at the end of it, I just wasn't really feeling it, so I decided to call quits. So then he decides that he's interested in one of my friends, and they date for a few months, about 4 months or so. And at the end of it, when he broke up with her, aka he cheated on her, I found out from his friends that he actually dated her out of spite to get back at me. And my first thought was, are you kidding? And not only that, how we found out about it, disgusting. Also, this is a reusable straw. Please don't come at me. Here's the mother tea. Here's the motherfucking tea. So I was with this boy, figures. Anyway, so I had known him for probably about a month or so, and you know, I was introduced to his family, got to know his friends, things like that. And so as I got to know him, I was really interested in all of his hobbies. He was really into cars, things like that. I was intrigued. But then after about a month or so, I really started to be myself and, you know, come out of my shell. And he did get a little bit judgmental, which, you know, everybody's allowed to have their own opinions and things like that. But it was really not somebody who I wanted to be with. So I called it quits. And then I think about a month later, I ended things. He goes, I know you don't want a relationship, but how do you feel about being friends with benefits? And I'm like, yeah? I said no.
这是我的星巴克。
Here's the motherfucking tea. So I have a job. sub, right? And every so often I like to go out and get lunch for myself because I'm too lazy to get my own food. Anyway, so I always go into the Subway, and there's this guy who works there at the Subway. And every single time I go in, which I think is probably once a week or every other week, he always hits on me. All the time. And he always asks me the same question. What's your name? Where do you work? Where do you go to school? You know, all that. So I finally bring my coworker with me to lunch. And he hits on both of us. And you know, I'm like, yeah, put yourself out there. But he then asks for both of our Snapchats. And at this point, I'm like, okay. But before I can say anything, my coworker interjects and goes, no, sorry, I have a boyfriend. And so he turns over to me and he's like, so how about you? And I'm like, well, could I just have a cookie? Oops. And it turns out the two guys were talking about me. And B, for instance, this kid legit was talking to his friend about me. And, you know, I'm not going to go into detail what they said, but like, oof. And it turns out the girl on the phone was B's girlfriend. And, you know, I don't care, you're a girlfriend, you can do whatever you want. Like, that's your boy, like, do whatever. But she calls me and she's like, so why did you FaceTime him? And I'm like, what? And she's like, well, there's a FaceTime call. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is not what I did. I don't like them. And she's like, well, there's a FaceTime call, and obviously they've been talking about you, so what's up? And I'm like, okay, this is what? And she's like, well, you're from New York, aren't you? And I'm like, nah, I'm from Washington State. I'm all the way across the country. I ain't trying to take no man's, okay? Okay. Here's the motherfucking...
Oh, whoa. You broke it. Whoa. What in the world?